How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Pillow Talk with Paul Goneau, episode 8. My guest today is a friend I haven't seen in a few years. Glad to have him. He's a musician, probably one of the most passionate chefs I know, if not the most passionate. Andy, you say your last name.
Cecchetto.
Cecchetto. See, I was going to say Cecchetto. Cecchetto. That's what I was going to say.
I commonly get Geppetto as well.
I'm the worst with names, bro.
Don't worry, it comes with my territory.
I meant to ask you before we started, and then as I'm like, my guest today, I was like, I didn't fucking ask him. Shit, man.
No one wants to introduce me at a fucking show, dude.
Yeah. I get it too, though, especially like open mics and things like that where people like don't know me. Yeah. And they don't talk to me ahead of time. Like, some people will come up and be like, hey, man, how do you say your name?
Yeah, true.
But, like, that's, like, half of the time.
Yeah.
So, I get it a lot, too. You think I'd be better, but... I don't know, man.
It's a last name. It's the first name that counts, man.
What? The last name?
No, it's the first name that counts.
Oh, it's the first name that counts. I got you.
The cool part of my name is the Andy. The Cecchetto? Well, that's the cool part, too. Never mind. I take that back.
Yeah, I don't really like my last name. I was actually thinking of changing it. It all started with, like, maybe like a stage persona, and I was like, I don't want to bring like any kind of anything to the Goneau name. Like, I really don't like my family. Like, so for the most part, like, there's a couple people in the family that I like, but for the most part, as a whole, like, I'm not proud to be a Goneau. And so I was like, what could I come up with, like, weird last names? And I was like, Verizer?
What were you thinking? Oh,
Verizer? Paul Verizer. I just thought it was a cool fucking stage name, right?
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I don't know if I'll ever do it. And I'm doing this music now, and, like, I was originally going with, like, I mean, you know, like, a decade ago when I was actually pursuing music, I was going with Eschaton.
Oh, yeah?
And my girl's just like, yeah, I don't like it. You know, and I just thought it was a really cool, like some end of days times.
I was gonna say, where'd you get that?
Yeah, that's what it's like, end of times, you know, like that kind, that's what it means. The end of times, basically. So, and I just thought it was fucking cool back in the day, and so I used that for a little bit, but I never actually released anything under that name, and so I was like thinking about it. She's like, no, just go by your name. You have all these things that you're already using under your name.
Don't overthink it, just go for it.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna do that. Are you still in the band?
Yeah, well, no, not really right now. Like, we still the band. We actually, funnily, and I guess not so funnily enough, is like right before the Rona story. Like, it got, we were doing good. We're doing our first show. We were psyched. We were like, think we had the first 5 tracks kind of thing. And then that just kind of like stunted us a bit.
Yeah.
So not been jamming as much, but, you know, the band's still in contact. We're still talking. We're still looking, like, we're going through the old footage, watching the old videos and being like, all right, like, we got to get this back going. So that's probably going to come back soon. Just kind of waiting is the thing. And waiting's been the, sucks for waiting, but whatever.
You just started working, though, so that's at least you got that going on the go again, man.
No, happy to have a pointy thing in my hand and, like, playing with fire. Like, I love my job, so it's great to be doing it again. I miss food. So, and cooking and stuff
it's
like
the
that.
oddest feeling when, you know, you haven't worked in a professional kitchen in, you know, however long. It's been a while for me.
Yeah.
And I actually, like, I miss it. I had, like, it's weird because I lost a lot of passion working at Moxie's. You worked there with me. We worked together. And I did some catering and stuff like that. Was working for a company that was doing, like, Via Rails food. And not, like, the best food, but I was working with cool people. Yeah. And so that kind of kept it a little bit. But as the you know, pandemic hit, I kind of stopped working. The first few months were okay, I guess. Like, I was just doing really nothing. I had money, and I was, like, fine the first few months, and then after, like, 2 months, it's like, you fucking want to work. It's weird.
No, you need it.
It makes you feel useful, you know? And that's basically what this stuff is a product of. It's like, I'm not doing shit. I need to fucking do something.
For me, it's like, too, it's like, I guess I've noticed, too, from it, it's like, I need it just for my routine. Like, so
routine's important.
So huge, like, for me. Like, I have a really hard time if I have 3 months off, like, taking the time and going and doing something. But if I'm running out of time in those 3 months because I gotta get up at 9 in the morning and I gotta get this done, I work way more efficiently. So, but, like, at the beginning, like you were saying, I was like, it was fun, actually. I was like, me and my brother, we lived together, and we gaming and chilling and like just kind of having that time because we didn't really have a lot of that time before, so it was really good for that. But like I guess after like months of that, you don't really seek that anymore.
No, man.
I need some construction now.
Yeah, it's weird. So you go through all these things, but
and the community too. You're like, it was so fun working at Moxie's. Like I think too back then it was like I liked working there, but the reason I would like working there was because like you and Steve and like it was like a fun Kevin, and like the servers and everybody was like Sunday
outside of the suits at the top it was like this weird like family because we saw each other a lot and we fucking it's like great. Most of us dude there's so much to complain about there but it was good. I still have a lot of those people in my life and so I can't hate it completely. You know what I mean? No,
it was really great. I mean, frick, we had a game like a console upstairs in the lunch room. It was like a little
Mario Kart and shit. Yeah, dude.
Sunday breakfasts with
AJ. AJ, dude, fucking kill it. Love that guy. He's still there.
He's still there.
Moxie's. You do not deserve AJ.
Give AJ back.
Alright? Give him more money or fucking let him go, yo. Give him a bunch of money when you let him go. And
he's like a boss.
He's the kind of guy who he's up there.
Yeah.
And he's deserved it.
Yeah.
He's a fucking good guy and he fucking knows the right times to bite his tongue. And stuff like that. True. Something that, is like...
Work smart.
I don't necessarily regret the way I've been. Like, not biting my tongue is what got me fired from Moxie's.
Yeah.
But, like, man, I wouldn't take it back, bro.
No. No, screw that.
I would do everything the exact same way because, fuck those guys at the top, man. Some of those guys are really arrogant and they're not accountable for their own actions, but they claim that they want accountability.
Yeah.
It's like... Fucking, you guys are the common denominators in all these fucking problems. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, no, it was too much for me too. I think that's what drove me out ultimately at the end. Didn't feel like there was any growth for me. But I'm not that kind of chef, like...
Yeah.
Like, I like, even like from where I come from, it's like, I didn't go to school. I didn't like go and train. I'm really a home cook that just is like really into the food that I like. And like, I got a bit of an obsessive, like I don't want, if I do something bad, I really want to get good at it, and then I want to innovate it a little bit. Like, that's what I enjoy about the food. Like,
how did you get into food?
Like, accidentally, basically. It's funny, so, like, I was even talking to a friend about this the other night. We were talking, like, about, like, the start of it, and I think I remember in high school, when I was, like, thinking of what I wanted to do, a lot of people were like, oh, you should go and become a cook. Because you, like, your dad... into your Italian food and you like talking about it and stuff. And I think my overwhelming thing was like, nah, I can't do that because the line, the hecticness. I think I used to say something like, chefs have a burnout rate of like 2 or 3 years. I'm just gonna hate it. And like, so I never really wanted to actually consider it. I got lucky. My mom and my stepfather at the time moved to the Bahamas because of his family, and I was out of school and I was working at a Superstore at the time, just the same Superstore across from the Moxies.
Shit.
And they were like, come down and hang out. And that turned into like a little vacation, and then my stepbrother there was like, do you want to chop veggies for the weddings I'm doing? And like, you want to help us out? And it literally just kind of like grew from there. Slowly but surely. I got obsessed with baking, like doing bread. And that became like the coolest thing in the world. Like I'm just like taking... essentially just water and flour and like fermenting it and making a sourdough and like all that shit. I was just like, whoa.
You still do a lot of that stuff. I see.
I still do some. I'm kind of gravitated
focaccia
now
and
more.
Things like that.
Focaccia all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. I freaking love focaccia. Oily bread is the best.
Yeah.
Just bread, just soaked in oil bread. It's really good for you. But yeah, no, that shit really kind of like captivated me, and then I just got more opportunities, and it just kind of grew into this thing. Like coming back and doing the Moxie job was actually like my first kind of, I guess, like community, kind of like restaurant.
Yeah.
Every other restaurant I've been in, it was really just me, and like my stepbrother is like a whiz. Like he's really good at like knows what good food is, has a good tongue, and has good eyes and taste and shit for that, all that stuff. So yeah.
Yeah,
that was that.
I've been cooking for about 10 years, and like when you do that, like you see the kind of chefs people are, and like it's kind of like culinary is an art form, but it's an art form where most of the time you don't really get to express yourself fully, and so like throughout the years you just there's probably maybe like 4 or 5 people that, you know, I can remember that I met them and I was like, man, you have too much passion for this. This is not, or like, you shouldn't be in this exact place.
You should go on.
You know, and like, you were one of those guys. It's like Lady Gaga. It's like phenomenal musician, right? Mm-hmm. But like, early on, like, I'm not a big Lady Gaga fan. I'm just using her as an example because like, her talent was very much suppressed and she was made to just kind of dress funky, and she's still kind of a little, you know, eccentric and stuff like that. She's just her. But a lot of it was just forced. It's like, make this kind of music and blah, do this. And she was just stuck in this box. And you are like culinary's Lady Gaga, bro. Like, you need to make your acoustic album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
That's what you need to do, bro. I'm like, you're totally that guy, like, that I see fucking owning a food truck and just the biggest smile on your face, handing motherfuckers tacos or whatever the fuck you want to, you know, that's totally what I see for you. You're a fucking artist, man.
Food truck food. What would I do?
I don't know.
That's a good question, actually.
I don't know. I imagine something combining,
I don't know.
like, what is it, Bohemian? Is that what you would call it? Bohemian food?
Bohemian food is a thing. I don't know if that'd be sick, actually. There is no, like, food like that around here, which kind of sucks. I do miss, like, some really classic, delicious Bahamian dishes, like souse. If I could get souse here, I'd murder.
What is that?
It's like, it's straight up just like soup, but it's like, you can get it like chicken, you can get it in other kind of ways, but it's essentially like a chicken soup with like celery, potatoes, and carrots in it. Chunks of chicken, like almost like wings, and drumsticks in it.
Okay.
Just kind of like, it's quick and easy kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And the broth is like spicy, like hot pepper spice with lime and allspice as well in the back.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's if you've never had it before,
I'd fuck with that.
It's good, dude. Because it's a weird thing, because they do it on the weekend. You can get it like on Saturday, Sunday morning. Usually, I think Sunday morning, like on the docks, they on Harbor Island, they have a spot where they sell it cheap. But you can also, it's something you can have in the morning as a breakfast thing. You can have it at freaking 1 a.m. at some places. Like, there's this guy, Chef DeCool, that would make it, and I would get it like after drinking. Like, go and get freaking soup with some white bread. It's so freaking good. And it's like one of those things. Like, grits too is like another thing I miss. I don't have grits here.
You know what, dude?
I don't get grits here anymore.
I've never had grits.
That's crazy.
I wanted it.
Crazy.
And like, I grew up watching like a lot of like black shows, you know, like Jefferson's, Family Matters, Fresh Prince.
It's
all of them reference grits, and I'm never had it.
I've actually never had the one that everyone says like, oh, you love grits? How's your thing on shrimp and grits? And I've never had shrimp and grits. Weirdly, like, I've only had it like, I guess that kind of way that Bahamians eat it, like with. But you know, it's funny. Grits is freaking polenta.
Yeah.
Have you had polenta?
Yeah.
So you kind of had grits.
Yeah.
It's like I mean it's like cornmeal. It's like ground up, and it's just cooked with water and milk, right? So it's the same kind of thing. Italians just like to put a shit ton of cheese in it.
Okay.
But I mean, Bahamians like to put a shit ton of cheese in it too. So it's just like a different kind of way of doing it. I love grits. I love polenta. Yeah, that would be sick. A polenta freaking grits stand. Little bits of food, just like you get a little thing like that, drink shit like that. That'd be cool.
There's nobody doing that. That's it, dude. You fucking man.
Yeah, need to invest into a food truck now,
dude.
Yeah, no, the restaurant thing, the food truck thing. That's the dream, though.
It's in your blood,
to get there one day. That's the eventuality.
Like, I like it, but I don't like it like you like it, and I know that. Like, I enjoy cooking and I enjoy baking, but like I definitely. You know, you're on another level, and I appreciate that. You gotta fucking follow through with that shit.
That's my thing, yeah.
But dude, something that I've wanted to know, and like, we've known each other for a while, and we've never really talked about this, and it's super interesting to me because, like, legit, like, my biggest fear, like, heights and natural disasters. Like, I'm not fucking around. And like, I live in Ontario, like Canada, so we don't really have to deal with, like, there's a tornado like once every 10 years, you know?
Yeah.
But no, like, I'm terrified of all that shit. Earthquakes, volcanoes, hurricanes, tornadoes, fucking tsunamis, all that shit. I'm terrified. And you were down for Hurricane Sandy.
Sandy, yeah.
I need to hear about this, man.
Well, okay, I guess to your comfort, it wasn't as bad as it was in the States, but it was actually. Funnily enough, when I think back to Hurricane Sandy, I actually have really good memories.
Yeah.
Some people might not like that because it was a bad hurricane.
Oh man, it's your story, dude. It's your story. It's your truth.
Yeah, it was kind of freaky and crazy. Like Harbor Island is a 3 kilometer, 1 kilometer island. Like it's like a tiny little island. It's a little different seeing hurricane weather when you're on an island in the middle of the ocean, because the ocean is freaking getting tossed. So like. It was pretty freaking amazing. Like I at one point I walked down to the beach just to check it out, which was stupid. I shouldn't have done that. I could have got hurt or something like that. I think.
And what did you see? Let's I paint a picture for me.
Like you think of like a pink, beautiful, like not pink, but it's a kind of famous for its pink hue. Like a very classic Bahamian beach. It was like torn. It was like the beach line was ripped back. The waves were like the most torrential, choppy, like perfect storm. Looked like something you see in a movie like that. It looked exactly like that. The weather was ridiculous. The trees, it's all palm trees and fauna is just going over the place. Like it was nuts. But at the same time, because of how Bahamians are, like the reason I think I even went out is because I think at one point I saw some guy running around. I think they were drinking rum and they were holding umbrellas and stuff like that. And
crazy.
Flipped out and just kind of like,
embracing it.
Embracing it. They've had some big hurricanes there, so I think, it's like it is what it is. God's going to do his work, and you just got to file everything and kind of keep things going the way you need to, like that's it. But yeah, it was a little scary, but it was like I said, I have good memories about it. Like I think power was out and I was cooking eggs over like tea lights. Like
this is when it first
candles,
started?
When it first started. Like
okay.
The power went out, so we're told to stay at home. Everyone boards up their stuff, and like the weather started to pick up, and we're like, I don't know, I kind of want some food, and like we had these little. My mom's Dutch, and she has these little. I forget what it's called, but it's like a little dinner set that has like little pans and stuff. So everyone sits around and you have little pans. You cook your own little food, kind of thing. It's fun. Anyway, yeah, I'm cooking eggs. Even in the freaking middle of a hurricane, I'm cooking omelets and stuff like that. But yeah, it was pretty nuts. There was only one man I think on Harbor Island that got hurt, and I think it was because like most of the time what people are the scary stuff during a hurricane is like a paneling coming off.
Yeah.
Because that thing's like a freaking bullet at that point. That thing hits you, you gotta be careful. So I think someone got smoked by something like that. But, yeah, it was a pretty exciting, weird kind of thing. Yeah, I don't think we thought it was gonna come our direction. And then I remember seeing the maps and it was like, here's the island, there's the arrow of the hurricane. It's like, oh fuck. Like,
so did you settle down and brace for it, or were you like, we gotta get the fuck out of here?
It's like at that point you're not allowed to fly. I think, to a certain extent. Yeah. So we're like, board up everybody board shit up, nail things down, and we actually lived on top of a hill on the island, like kind of a higher part of the elevation of the island. I think another part that sucked, at least for a lot of people on Bro Island, was that it flooded a lot of the areas. Like a lot of water came in. Yeah. So, I mean, it was pretty crazy. It was pretty nutso. But also kind of cool at the same time, just kind of seeing like the power of this like storm, the power of nature just kind of like tearing through. And then, it went away, and then we just, you clean up and you rebuild and you refix kind of thing.
It says a lot about the place. This is what I've always thought. To be living in those places where it's like, it's inevitable. It's not like, oh, if it happens, it's like, when.
No, they have hurricane season.
Exactly. So it's like,
it's every year.
You have to be extraordinarily beautiful to even have people want to live there. Like, I would never want to live there. I definitely want to go there for vacation.
Yeah.
But I would never want to live there just for that reason.
Yeah.
People that live in Florida, just anywhere that's always, what is it called? Hurricane Alley or some shit like that? Is there a Hurricane Alley, or am I making that up?
No, I know what you're talking about, though. There's there's an area where it's more prone. It's the Florida, what do you call it? The Miami Triangle? No, not the Bermuda Triangle.
But
there's like an area that it's all those like coast kind of places, because that's where it hits hard. It's when it goes over the ocean too. It picks up speed and stuff, and then it hits the shore. Like I think with Hurricane Sandy, it was the Jersey Shore that got torn.
Yeah.
Like bad.
Okay.
Like I think they really had to rebuild the crap out of it, and Florida got hit pretty hard and stuff like that. But Yeah, no. Yeah, that's why people don't go... No, most people don't go on vacation during that time of the year.
Yeah.
Everything kind of closes up. But, like, even Bahamians, like you said, it does take a beautiful and kind of, like, strong kind of, like, people to kind of, like...
And that's what I love, like, the fact that you're like, oh, there's just people out drinking and embracing. It's like,
well, that was nuts.
That's how you have... If you're living there... That better be your mindset, or you know, like you should.
What's
live
gonna
there.
happen is gonna happen. C'est la vie. It is what it is, you know, and you just gotta get back up the next morning and.
There's something really beautiful about that, you know.
Yeah.
I love that shit, man.
Living with nature.
I wanted to go on vacation. Well, me and my girl, we were planning on going on vacation, like for the Christmas that just passed.
Yeah.
But
to Bahamas?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Somewhere around
just
there.
somewhere hot.
We were talking Bahamas was in the mix.
Yeah.
You know, Mexico was in the mix.
Fuck, I would kill to go.
I don't know, but obviously we didn't get to go.
Yeah.
And so hopefully this Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, kind of skip the presents and go. You know, create a memory.
Do a vacay kind of story.
I mean?
Yeah, that'd be way more
I've never been down there, man.
Never been down there. Is it? Am I saying this right? Maybe I'm misquoting this. I think it's the most, like, vacationed place in the world.
Yeah.
Like Bahamas.
Makes sense.
In Nassau, at least, I think.
Makes sense.
Like, they have a lot of people.
Not including Firefest.
No, not including Firefest.
Did you ever watch that documentary?
I watched a little bit.
There's actually two, I think.
I knew people, people would talk about it when I was there. Like, I think some people knew the guy and, like, knew of it when it was going. I can't remember.
Were you there when that shit happened?
No, I wasn't. What, did you even know what island? Do you remember the island?
I don't remember, man.
I can't remember what island.
I just remember hearing Ja Rule was involved, and I was like, so you guys fucking put money into this? Like, it's your own fault. I didn't blame you. Guys knew Ja Rule was attached, and you're like, here's my money.
Yeah.
You're fools.
I heard, like, people talking about, like, just like the taxes he had, like, built up from all the stuff he was shipping in.
Oh,
like,
yeah, water, like, the
just,
insane
like,
amount
just
for water, yeah.
crap like that, yeah. Oh, my God. I remember, what's, like, the cover shot of it? It was, like, a cheese sandwich or something like that.
It wasn't even close. It was, like, 2 pieces of bread, like, a clump of, like, mixed greens, and, like, a slice of processed cheese,
oh my God, how terrible would have that been?
Your fucking luxury meal. I was like, good, you fucking yuppies got that shit. I don't even care, man.
Yeah, no, that just became comedy at that point. Yeah.
It's horrible. It's horrible, but, hey, man, you gotta be more cautious about where you're putting your money.
Yeah. Yeah, work smart, not stupid.
I get freaking emails and even messages on Instagram, people trying to scam me out of shit, like, daily. It's like, you gotta be on your toes, man. Don't click some shit. Don't
I gotta freaking
look into a festival if you...
With my father, I gotta, like, safeguard him sometimes when he gets a text message. Like, oh, like...
What you got there, brother?
Like, send us your SIN number because you're missing some money or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, no, don't do that. Like, think about it. Like, don't do that. No, like... I saw a video of a guy the other day, actually, in his car. It was like an Uber driver was driving this guy around, and, like, the guy was, like, crying. Because he's, like, getting scammed on his phone. He's falling for it. And the guy driving the car is like, God, dude, like, turn off your phone. Stop talking to this person. Like, you're digging your hole right now. Like, stop. It's like, oh, my God. Yeah, that stuff's weird, dude. Now when I get calls from, like, duck companies and weird, like, companies saying that, like, they're the CRA trying to find me and stuff, and it's just some guy from some next country, like...
And some of them are really good. They look like they could be legit. Like, there's one letter difference in the you know, the website.
Those freaking bastards.
It's fucking weird. But, man, like, I have the luxury of having been a shitty person back in the day, so I did a lot of scams like that. Like, I remember going door to door and being like, yeah, I'm raising money for Mount Sinai, and just, like... Had no affiliation at all, just doing, man. I did a lot of fucking...
Selling chocolate bars and stuff, too?
That was actually my first job.
Really?
Yeah, I started working when I was 13 years old, and back in the day, like, I'm 35 now, so this is fucking 22 years ago.
Yeah, jeez.
And, so it was a thing called a student employment program, and it was just, like, a commission-based chocolates or brownies or flowers. Excuse me.
And you had to go to door.
Based on, it could be maybe Valentine's Day, so you go around with flowers and chocolates or whatever. It changed. And that's kind of what I did initially. But that wasn't really a scamming thing.
No, that's not a scam. No, I've heard of freaking dudes, like, taking, like, those boxes, the old, like, UNICEF boxes, and, like, filling them with cheap candy and trying to, like, standing at places and trying to get money for them, saying it's for, like, some charity, and then just going home with, like,
hey, man,
bucks and
sometimes
change.
you gotta do what you fucking gotta do, man. That's it, and I mean, at that point, that shit gave put food in my belly. You know what I mean? That shit fucking that shit paid my rent.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's like I definitely know it was a shitty thing to do. I don't regret it because I needed to live, you know? I'm sorry if you're listening to this and you're like, that motherfucker came to my door.
I bought so
it is what it is, man. You know, I learned from Aladdin at a very young age that breaking the law wasn't always bad. You know? And that's just how I feel. Like, why should I have to steal to eat? Yeah. You know, there's something wrong with the system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, I did a lot of... I'm not making excuses, you know what I mean?
You gotta survive.
The point I was trying to make is you can't scam a scammer.
Yeah, true.
You know? So it's like, I see this shit. Even when I worked retail, like back in the day, like just from like stealing shit. I remember one day I was working at this place that was called Tattoo Footwear. And we sold like brand name shit like Echo. Echo wasn't sold at Walmart this time.
Yeah.
Tim's and like, you know, Nike shoes and shit like that. Just Paul Frank. All these like really... you know, cool brand names. And when I came in one day, my boss was like, yeah, you gotta be careful. I've seen these people like trying to get me to go in the back and blah, blah, blah. And so she left for the day and I was like the guy like, you know, running the show. And I remember I was there with this other girl, Ashley, and she was like in the back doing something. And these two people came in and this guy was like quickly grabbed like a shoe and was like, hey man, could you look for a size this? And I looked at the other guy, and he was around these fucking shirts.
Oh, shit.
There was like a stack of red Echo shirts and a stack of white Echo shirts, right? Yeah. And so I kind of go in the back. I get these shoes. I come back out. The other guy's gone, and there's like 3 shirts gone. I noticed. It's not like there was fucking 50 shirts. There was like 10 shirts.
Yeah.
You know? And so like I got Ashley, who was in the back, to get security like nonchalantly.
Oh my God,
is that the word, nonchalantly? Yeah. Sometimes I say words I don't exactly know what they mean.
Yeah,
but
I did too. That worked though.
Yeah. So security comes and they're like, "Look, man, you need to get your boy, or we're fucking arresting you because you know there's cameras in. The cameras didn't work. They were there though. Everyone thought they worked. So you know, a lot of places do that shit.
Yeah. No, it works actually, kind of, right? Like,
but they ended up getting the guy. So
kind of thing. Yeah, true. Yeah. Poor shirt guy. Shirt stealing guy.
Fucking stole 3 shirts, bro. Like,
what are you doing?
Damn, I've been caught stealing some stupid shit though before, man.
I think I got fired from one of my first jobs for taking a water bottle at work.
Water, just like this?
Yeah, like a bottle of water off the shelf kind of thing.
That's horrible.
Yeah. I did take other stuff though, like shit like that, so they probably knew about that. That was just like the...
We found out we were just waiting
let's
for
just
something.
get rid of him for the bottle
yeah,
thing at this point. But yeah, no, and then after that I didn't really, fuck around with that too much. I have a lot of stuff in my life. I'm happy. But snacks and shit are important, so I'll take that, you know. I would... This is going to be so bad. I remember taking, like... This is so stupid. From Moxie's, like... I used to fucking love the enchiladas.
Oh, bro.
Dude, and so when they got prepped... No, I would just take... I would, like, be so fucking hungry, and I'd be like... Oh,
I don't want to throw anybody on. I don't know who's working there still, but me, like... Everybody does that shit. Especially in prep. If you're in prep, bro, like, I'm taking some of that fucking Vindaloo sauce home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Or, like, freaking, like, I'm gonna go hide in a corner somewhere and munch on a freaking half of a enchilada, overstuffed enchilada kind of thing. Like, I used to love those things, though. I remember, like, that was like my constant nick. I was like, I need a freaking enchilada today. This has been a tough day or something like that. I don't know what it was. It's just like it was tasty and it was in a tortilla and it was like good. Like I was like, okay, cool.
They're decent, man.
Yeah, that and fries. If I could ever get fries, I was like, fries.
And they would bitch about things like fries and shit. It's like, man, look. That's part of working in the fucking kitchen.
Yeah, we should have had an allowance.
Snacking on shit and doing things. I remember someone like this was the funniest shit. I did this like at a protest. And I think I got sent home that day or something like that. But it was like, someone told me, like, dude, okay, I don't think you were there at the time. And there were some other people that were running the sous chef and the chef that I don't think you knew. I think Jesse was the chef. And there was this other, like, fucking tall, like, Anthony guy. I think his name was Anthony. Anyways, they come to me and they're like, hey, man, we noticed you've been taking food. Like, ask. And, like, I can't remember exactly how it was. It sounds a lot nicer when I'm saying it now, but I remember it coming across as, like, don't fucking take food. And, like, it's like, man, like, I'm taking a little handful of fries or, like, a small little cup of soup. And they're like, oh, like, you take soup. And I'm like, So I can't have some soup?
Yeah.
They're like, no, like you have to ask.
Ask for it.
And so he went back to the thing, and I fucking went out to the line, and I grabbed a bowl, and I'm like in front of his, on the other side of the fucking window, taking the fucking bowl of soup, and I fucking walk back.
Why you gotta be so provocative?
And they're just like, hey man, you didn't ask. I'm like, hey man, you're being a bitch, alright? Like,
yeah, I would have let that go.
It's a fucking bowl of soup.
That's at least like you one up them.
I don't get.
I would have let that one go. I'd be like, all right, touche. Like, do fucking shay. Yeah, I get what he's saying. That's kind of funny. Fuck. I like that. Yeah, man, soup and fries.
And you know what's funny? That guy. It was, and I remember like coming back, and I don't know if it was after I got like my sent home for the day.
Yeah.
But maybe it was off like a couple days of work, and I came back to work like, yo, Anthony got let go. He was caught in the fucking dry storage. Or no, he was caught in the freezer like eating ice cream.
Oh my
God. No, it was the dry storage. Yeah, because he had the light off.
I remember
this. Do you remember that?
I remember this story, though.
Fuck,
so it happened
man.
near when I came.
This is the guy asked for soup in the fucking dry storage with the light off, eating ice cream. Fuck you, Anthony. You hypocrite, cocksucking...
Well, it's their fault, man. Like, they gave us free pop, and we're jacked up on sodium and shit the whole day. You gotta eat some fries and get some soup in you, you know? Like, what the hell? Give us a soup allowance. Anyway, they can do that to the future of the company. They're gonna watch this, and they're gonna be like, okay.
I think this, now that I'm remembering, I think this came at a time where it's like, they had some sort of rule where it was like, if you work a certain amount of hours or a double, you got like a free meal. They had something like that, and then they took it away. And I think that's what the problem was.
Yeah, I remember
and so I was like, so you're just not, we don't get food now?
They would give it to you based off, like, if they thought you needed it or after that, right?
Yeah, there was some
which didn't really happen.
It's like, kiss my ass and I'll fucking give you food. Like,
yeah, I did get one meal one time, I remember. I got like
one meal one time.
I think so. I'm remembering I got a steak.
That one steak.
That was so good.
Did you make it?
No. I think AJ made it. Something like that. Yeah,
he's good, man.
But yeah, AJ or Alan. That was back when Alan was still around there too. I miss Alan too. Alan's a good guy.
Yeah, dude. So fucking let me bust out some snacks here.
Oh shit.
So I have a little basket of Japanese snacks.
Oh shit! Are you
so
serious?
I get like a monthly box from Tokyo Treat.
You do buy the Tokyo Treat?
Still not fucking sponsoring me, Tokyo Treat. Get with it, man.
Oh man, this is so crazy because like I see the ads all the time on my phone, and I'm like, I fucking need to do that. I think my brother.
Yeah, it's decent. I had like a bunch of like. I only put ones that we can split up in here, and like they give you like little individual candies and shit. And I actually went pretty hard last night eating some stuff from this box.
It's so cool.
Every month they give you Kit Kats.
It's so cool because like I do go to this like superstore or whatever sometimes. There was a shop in the what's it called in the Square One that used to sell that kind of stuff. Like that. Those are the ramen
Pringles. I'm definitely picking this. So pick something, bro. We'll snack out.
Is there anything like?
We can go through some top 5 items here.
These ones look weird. I don't know what that even is.
You know what? And this is my bad, but usually they'll give you like
a description kind of thing.
A sheet for the monthly thing, and I guess when I open this, I threw it out.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. I'm picking these though. These are ramen Pringles. Very easy. I know what this is.
I don't know what this is at all.
Well, buddy, I'm a little disappointed you don't know Japanese, man. You know?
I'm a little disappointed I don't know Japanese.
Do you know any other languages?
No, I'm kind of sure with that. I've been kind of like I want to learn Japanese. Like I got the Duolingo, and I'm like, if I ever go to Japan, which is a huge trip that I want to do, just like for the food and the culture, and I'm a big weeb as well. Like I love the animes, and I watch. Basically, it's like the medium I watch most of the time. But if I ever go, I can't allow myself to go. Basically, if I don't know the language a little bit, like that would be so embarrassed. But then at the same time, my dad is Italian. Is that good?
Look, I'm not a Pringles fan. I'm not. These are fucking delicious, man.
That is really good, actually.
I think it's just beef ramen Pringles. I don't know.
It's just like,
fucking really good.
I like that. Yeah, let me get this thing open on.
They're really hit or miss, but that's the thing. Like, I kind of enjoy that. I'm like, I never had this before. Yesterday I had like this wafer with like fucking Aero bar inside of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what? It was so good, man.
Some snacks are crazy. Like, there's this one goat, like, ooh, my gosh, what are these?
What we got going?
What the heck are these?
Look like little corn.
Oh.
What is it?
It's just like a puffed.
Is it good?
Cracker thing, yeah. I mean, I like it. It doesn't have like any overwhelming like spice or anything, but it's just like seasoned nicely. Like
it's weird. It kind of reminded me of like ketchup chips at the first bite, but then it went away really quick.
It's like I can't actually pinpoint what flavor.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's very strange. It's like savory. I don't know. I like it.
It's decent. I like the chips more.
I like the chips a little more. Yeah. This is at least quite relatable in the sense that it's a chip.
So, you were just talking about anime. I'm not really super into anime, but I put it on the top 5 because I want to know 5 shows that
should watch.
I should watch. That's basically where I'm at right now. So give me your top 5 anime shows.
Okay. I will also. I say too. I'm gonna give you a movie too.
Yeah.
Like films, because I think the number one thing. I guess it's considered anime. I don't know if it's like animes or more shows. But
okay, let's just do top 5 anime then. Fuck the show. Well, we can mix movies and shows in there.
Hayao Miyazaki. Have you ever heard of My Neighbor Totoro? Spirited Away is a really popular one.
Totoro sounds very familiar.
It's one of these things that you've seen the characters from, but anyway, Hayao Miyazaki's like the Disney guy of Japan. Like all his movies he's done are like beautifully animated, like really, really top tier animation, and the stories are really great. So I would say number 1, Spirited Away, really good movie.
Spirited Away.
It's a movie about a girl that gets lost in like an old kind of like festival town, and she gets separated from her parents, and the spirits come out, and she gets stuck in this like spirit world where she has to work at a traditional Japanese bathhouse that they bathe spirits. So it's all these really wacky characters, like crazy kind of looking like monsters and stuff like that, and this girl that's kind of navigating through it, and it's really well animated. It's a really cool story. It's a Hayao Miyazaki classic, so I'd say Spirited Away.
Okay.
Princess Mononoke is another really good one by him.
And
these are like classic movies. Like Princess Mononoke is a movie about, again, spirits, but it's like one of those films that's like it's animated and it's kind of like, I guess, kiddie-ish, but like the backdrop of the story is like humanity is building technology, and when they're building technology and growing, they're killing nature to do so. Like kind of like the steam machine versus the forest kind of thing. So it's kind of has that concept to it. It's like the animals and the spirits trying to fight back, and it's just like such an amazing, cool movie. Like, it's really good. It's an epic kind of tale. You haven't seen Death Note? Like
no.
That's a really like good.
I saw they released a live action thing, and then
watch it.
Watch the anime. Eh?
I think it's a notorious thing that people that like anime, like they make live action stuff.
Do you ever like them?
I never liked them.
No.
I never liked them. It's one of those things, it's just, it doesn't translate for me. I would say a lot of people that are anime fans would probably say the same thing. I haven't met anyone that's like, the Death Note movie, the Netflix one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What's the issue with those? Like, you think, like, why don't they translate to live action?
I think there's just such a disconnect, like Dragon Ball Z, right?
Yeah.
They made a Dragon Ball Z movie.
Yeah, with
it was
people?
a really huge. Yeah, it was an enormous flop. Like, it was a terrible movie. Like, I thought the reception
weird. When did they make
because
it?
Because you can't. I think it was like 2006 or something like that.
Oh.
It's not that old, or maybe even like a little later.
No, I didn't even know that.
But like, just think of like Dragon Ball Z's guys shooting big balls of energy at each other. They're freaking flying all over the place. There's all these fantastical things. Sometimes. Like, I think Marvel and, like, those big budget kind of, like, companies can do that stuff. Not everybody can do that stuff.
Yeah.
So there's I think in the reality of it, like, the medium, it just you can't do certain things. But I think 9 times out of the 10 what it is with these, like, live action kind of animes is there's just so much that they have to, like, try and put into the film, and a lot of stuff gets kind of, like, not in it, and a lot of those things are really essential. Like, Death Note is a great story. It's about basically a bad guy that gets the power to write people's names in a book, and whoever's name he writes, they die. And it's a cool take on it because he starts to kind of create a god complex. He's like, I can change the frickin' world. I can kill mafia bosses. I can kill frickin' that politician that's a bastard. I can kill war criminals, and I can do anything. I can completely change the world. And he goes nuts with it. To the point that he's like, starts to kill people that aren't bad people. And then this cat and mouse kind of thing happens where he is constantly being chased by the police, and he's inserting himself in an investigation and like all this crazy stuff.
That might be the one, man.
It's a really good one.
I've had a lot of people recommend that one to me.
I think also too, you can watch in English. It's got a great English cast.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, I mean, even with me, it's like I don't want to watch an anime late at night because I have to read, and it's like that. Just like I'm just like no. I gotta put something I can chill to, like a sci-fi, like Star Trek or something like that. Death Note, I would say though, watch. It's a great anime. The movie though, no. They just don't have any of that stuff. The character's completely different. He's like kind of a wimp in it. Like the whole cool stuff about that show is that the guy's a dick. Mm-hmm. Like you don't like him by the near end of the show. You really don't like him. Like he's an asshole. He's like almost to the point that he kills his own family because he doesn't care. And it's just like, ugh. And so he wasn't like that in the movie. He was just kind of like
some emo guy. Did he have bangs?
Some emo kind of guy with black hair. And he like finds a book, and the first thing he does is find some hot chick, and he's just like, hey, I got a book that if you write people's names in it, they die. And it's just like, oh, come on, like that's weak.
I always just find it weird the things that people complain about, and like I said, I'm not super in the world, but I know there was a movie. Like an anime live action thing that Scarlett Johansson was in, right?
Oh, yeah, Ghost in the Shell.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
And I don't know anything about this, but, like, about the actual, like, show or the movie, but the controversy that I heard about was from Americans, and it was like, well, North Americans, I guess. Mm-hmm. And they were saying, she shouldn't be white and blah, blah, blah. And then, you had the argument. Everyone was like, oh, she looks like him. But then you go to, like, Japan, and everyone was like, yeah, it's totally fine. Like, we don't care that she's white. And it's like, well, why is that an issue here, but not for, like, the Japanese?
Well, I even think, like, there's a lot of animes that the stories aren't Japanese people in the stories. Like a lot of the time they are, but they have a lot of mixing of cultures in the stories. Like Hayao Miyazaki, like the guy I said before, a lot of his things is like he takes inspiration from like European towns and stuff like that, like in his movies. So there's like a big crossover with all this stuff. I think they just don't look at it like that. They like having I'm gonna do that thing of like use a word that I don't know if it's amalgamation. That's a word.
Yeah.
It's a combination of all these like things, and I think that's why they don't look at it. Like there was a show I was watching not too long ago that was so controversial, like because the main character is betrayed by a woman that lies to the community and says that he sexually assaulted her. That's the setup for the plot. So the guy gets screwed by this chick saying like that he raped her basically, and he didn't. By like from what you're watching, and like the community was like it's the Western community. They went crazy. They're like this show is disgusting. It's so sexist and all this shit. And then it's like at the end of the day you find out that a woman wrote the damn story. It's not about that. That's just like a part of it. Of the story. It's not the focus of the story. Anyway, so it's like I don't know why that is. I guess.
I think it's just, is it good? Like that's what matters. I don't care what race you are. It's
exactly.
It's like I was just talking about this earlier today, but like the first Two-Face was Billy D. Williams. It's a black dude.
Yeah.
And it fucking worked. And no one complained because he did it good.
Yeah.
He did it well. You know? It's not at least to me. I obviously see some people it's about race, but I don't understand.
And sometimes it's fair, but like I think a lot of the times, at least now, especially sometimes these days, is like people kind of go a little nuts over these like details, and it takes away from if it's a good movie or a good show or good stuff, right?
Mr. Potato Head.
Oh God.
Or Potato Head.
Yeah.
What are they calling him now? Or what are they calling it now? It's gonna take a lot of. I don't understand. Toy Story why is that a problem to you? Like,
Toy Story's forever changed now.
Look, if we're at the point where you're complaining about the sex of a potato, okay, let me do that because I might want to make a clip of this. If you're at the point of complaining about the sex of a potato, I fucked it up again. All right, take 2. Hold on.
You can do it. What are we talking about again? Fuck.
Look, if you're at a point of complaining about the sex of a potato, life's pretty fucking good, man. All right?
Yeah. No, fair.
Give it a rest, yo. Fair. We get it. Equality. Most people are for equality. Like, this shit isn't fucking important, okay? Focus on some important shit. So anyways, top 5 anime.
Okay, so then what did I say?
That was that. We got three.
Three. Yeah, we got the rails keep going different directions.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
And then I gotta say, let me see, because I wrote them down actually, just so I would.
You on your phone? You got them on your check, man.
I'll get check.
Go ahead. But, I hate doing it. Sometimes I've had to do it.
Yeah, fuck.
It's all good.
But let me see, what did I write?
Spirit
Away, Princess Mononoke. Okay, Attack on Titan is another really popular one.
I've been recommended that one too.
It's also controversial, kind of like people don't like it because it's been a long time since it's aired. The last season is going right now. It's really great.
How many seasons?
It's 4 seasons.
Okay.
What they did is like the show came out and then it was like 3 years before the second season came out. So everyone at that point was just like, fuck it, I don't care anymore. Mm-hmm. But it's a really cool show. It's like, do you know anything about it?
No. Not really. I feel like I've been told, but I didn't retain the information.
Okay, here's the thing too. Like just a little of a segue. I do this thing with anime, and I tell people to do this when they're trying to start it. If you're gonna watch a show, try and give it the first 5 episodes or the first 3 episodes. Every really, really good anime, by the 5th episode, you're completely set into the plot, the characters, whatever, they're doing their thing. Like, the first 5, if you're hooked by the first 5, you're gonna love the fucking anime. So,
that's just how you should do every show.
Show, I guess,
right?
In a way. I
Give
don't do
every
that with some
show
shows, but
5 episodes.
Yeah,
except
5 episodes.
WandaVision.
No.
Don't waste your time.
Really? Everyone's telling me to watch it right
now.
Yeah, I don't
know
anything about it.
I'm just throwing shade though, for real. I mean, if you watch the movies, you should watch it. I'm not saying it's good because I don't think it's good at all. But I think like there's some information that if you're interested, you're gonna want to know.
It's Scarlet.
I haven't watched it all, so
who's the 2 characters? It's
Scarlet Witch and Vision.
Vision. That's what I was thinking. I was gonna say the Illusionist. What the fuck am I on? That's wrong. But yeah, no. It's a good anime. It's a gory anime. I guess that's why a lot of people like it. It's like about like people being eaten by these like giant monsters that live outside the walls. And it's like it's actually, I think you'd actually dig it because it's it's kind of conspiratorial in the sense it's like it's a society of people that live inside 3 rings of walls, and every ring has a different poverty kind of level to it. So the outer ring is the most impoverished people, the inner ring is less so, and the middle ring is like the kings and the queens and stuff like that. And they live in this like cage essentially. And they can't leave because if they leave, these monsters eat them. And there's this whole connection to like their history about it. Like it gets really juicy and interesting as you watch it. But it's like I don't know, it's just like a classic kind of horror, kind of slasher kind of show. And then the last one is the one I just watched recently, Dororo, which I really like.
Dororo.
Yeah, it's a story about a guy that it's actually, I think it's a manga, like it's a written thing. From like the 1960s or something like that. It's really old, and they redid it. They wanted to retell the story, and they made it like the studio made it beautifully animated, and it's about a guy that basically he sold his soul to the devil kind of thing, but he sold his son to the devil instead of his own soul kind of thing. So he's like he's like his land was like not impoverished, but like what's it like when they're running out of water and like food. What's the word for that? Anyway, they have a lack of resources.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't, screw God, Mr. Devil, I'll give you anything you want if you can give me what I need and give me like my land nice and stuff like that. And the basically it's like, give me your son, your firstborn son. And then he gives away his son. But what happens is they take his body. So the baby is just like a hunk of meat with a face. And then basically this guy eventually grows up and is given prosthetics so he can like move, and his like mission in life is to kill the 86 demons that each have a piece of his body. So he has like he has arms that are prosthetics, but he's got swords embedded in his arms, and he can't speak, he can't see, you can only see like vibrations of energy. So like he's this really weird person. As he starts to kill these demons, he gets more of his body back each time. He has a companion in the show that is the Dororo character, and it's a cool show. It's a very heavy kind of show. It's like sad and like emotional and stuff like that, but it's great. It's so good. It's like it's one of those animes now that like people are like, "Oh, you like anime? We're talking." I'm like, "Oh, you gotta see this one." Like if you're a weeb, you'll like this one kind of thing. It's a really deep and heavy kind of show.
So out of those 5, what should I watch?
You should watch Death Note.
Death Note?
Yeah. It's just like it's cat and mouse.
Okay.
It's in English. Like I guess a lot of people that watch anime a lot would be like, don't watch it. Like, you have to watch in Japanese. I'm not like that so much. Like, if you like subs, go to subs. It is the original material. It is the way it was made, so it is probably better to watch like that. But there's great English casts, so it's on Netflix. it's easy to watch, and like I think it's like 25 episodes. It's a one and done thing. Some animes it's like 500 episodes, 900, 1,000 episodes. It's like I would never suggest that to somebody that wants to kind of
like
pick
Naruto or some shit.
Yeah, like Naruto is like literally like, and like some seasons are just filler and stuff like that. Like it's a hard show. It actually took me a long time to get to even starting to watch it, but a great kind of shonen anime. But yeah, these ones are like a little bit more kind of like unique, and they end. They eventually just end, or very quickly kind of end, which is nice. I like an anime that's like got a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's got all this juice, it's got all the fun. It doesn't go on for 500 episodes. As much as I want a show to go on and on, I like a good ending. I like a good finality to it. Death Note. You'll like
Death Note?
You'll
I'm
like
going to check it out. I'll talk about
it.
I'm going to check it out between this episode and the next one, I'll let you know what I think, man.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so sci-fi movies. Now, this was like something that was like I had a hard time because I didn't want to include any kind of like superhero shit. Yeah. And some people might, but like that's a separate category for me. So I left superheroes out.
Okay.
All right. So I'll do my top 5 since you just did yours. Interstellar.
Yeah.
That's my number 1. Christopher Nolan is probably like my favorite director.
Yeah.
So it was rough. It could have all been Christopher Nolan, to be honest. I could have just done a top 5 fucking and it,
That's an amazing movie, though. I was actually just watching it. I like to watch the YouTube clips of it sometimes. Yeah. That scene when they're on that planet with the waves, and like the rush up of like when they realize it's a wave.
Yeah.
What does he say? It's like the mountains over there. Something like it's not a mountain.
They're moving.
That
yeah.
fucking wave. That like I think that is the most terrifying. Like you said, you're scared of like nature.
Yeah.
I think out of that category of stuff like that, tsunami is probably one of my like that's a nightmare.
They're
fuel
crazy.
thing.
I've seen some videos and I was just like, man, like
because it's like so much. It's like sucks you into it.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's so much like pressure. No. I have a horror. Oh, I don't know. Well, I have a bad story where I almost got caught in like a water kind of dangerous scenario. And
How?
Yeah. Okay. This is going off the thing, but
go ahead, man.
To kind of make it long story short, me and my stepbrother and I think and my sister, my young sister at the time, and some kid that was like staying at the hotel in Bahamas. We were like, let's go to Eleuthera and let's go for a swim. And my stepbrother Will's like, there's this great spot right off the cliff here we can go. So we go and we climb down. It's kind of a treacherous climb to get down, and we go swimming. And we get into this like part where it's like the water is pushing up onto this little covey thing, and so we slow down into it, and it's like 100 feet straight down, like blue clear water, but like rocks and like just energy of like this, like it's off a cliff in the ocean.
Yeah.
We are having a great time. We're snorkeling, like looking at fish. There's like a cowfish kind of thing, like this massive, beautiful fish. It was so cool, like breathtaking to look at. And then the weather changes, and like not gonna lie, it was a terrifying moment when you're like you can't move. Like it's so much pressure of water moving. So like we were like, let's go climb out now that the water's spinning and we're being crashed against things. We're like, let's get the hell out of here, and we couldn't get out for like a good it was probably like 40 seconds, but it felt like forever.
You're holding your
breath. Because like the only thing I'm thinking is like, oh, if we panic, we can like drown. Like I don't want to panic, but I'm panicking. Right. In that moment.
Don't panic. Don't panic.
And my sister's like, I don't know at the time, maybe she was like 11 or 12, just swimming. And I'm like, oh my God, like there's so many things going on. We're trying to get on the rocks with the waves pushing us up. And the power of the waves going back was so strong that you could hold onto the rock, but it's like it ripped you off.
That's fucking
So it's like there was a moment of panic, and then just...
This could be it. And then you just fucking bolted for the...
There's just a random Italian kid with us that like, he's just there for vacation. All this shit's going on.
He's like trying to like mind you. I thought you knew what the fuck you were doing. Like...
And then a wave came and pushed us on the rocks.
Fuck yeah. Wow.
And then we're just kind of... I remember kind of like a moment where we're kind of like all looking at each other like... And we kind of do that thing like in the movies where they're like... just kind of laugh.
I imagine.
Holy crap, man. that actually gave me a big. I love the water. I love the ocean. I love the sea. You gotta respect that thing, though.
More cautious now, eh?
Just, you know, if you're gonna go play with it, just know stuff about it.
For sure.
Be aware of it, because, like, it would suck to die. Like, I guess that's just the simplest way of doing it, right? Like, it would suck for that to happen, so, like, and it's so powerful that you can't do anything about it. Water is strong, dude. So, yeah, that interstellar freaking mountain is nightmare fuel for me. Oh no, my god. And they're like surfing it at one point with the freaking ship, and it's like, Jesus.
I know this is a weird thing to think about, and we're still not getting back. We'll get back to it, but because you mentioned, it's like, okay, well, like, what would be your ideal way to die? I mean, you know, it's fucking, you know, pretty grim, but, like, seriously, like, the best way you could imagine dying. Because me, like, if anything, I would love, like, I've always imagined dying with, like, oh, fuck, I don't know if my girlfriend and her sister are out there.
Yeah.
All right? I always thought it would be amazing to die with my girlfriend sitting on my face.
Oh.
I thought that'd be, like, the coolest way. Yeah, totally. I think that'd be the coolest way because, like, I just imagine all my boys at, like, my funeral, like, fucking Paul Goneau, went down. He did it. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I can't top that. I have a thing with my buddy that we always laugh. We have this. I don't even know if it will translate into this conversation. But we always have this like joke. Like, it would be funny if like the way to go would be like crossing a street. Like, hey man, how's it going? And then like nailed. Like nailed. Like dead, gone.
Quick.
Funny, on camera.
Yeah, on camera. Like, Jesus Christ.
Or like, I think we used to say something like, if we get like too old to the point that we're like, we're gonna kick it, we're just gonna like get ass naked, get the 4 cane thing, go up to a tall building and just walk her off. Just kind of go. Ruin a bunch of people's day, but make internet history at the same time. So, yeah.
All right.
That's probably something fast. Something fast and exciting would probably be by the way I would bite it.
All right, so number 2 for me.
Yeah.
This is, and like it's like, what's sci-fi? But like, okay, if you disagree, you could tell me. But let's just go through it. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Number 2, classic shit. Yep. Rick Moranis did not deserve getting punched in the face, guys.
No.
Okay, that was a shame. And apparently they're doing a reboot of it. I don't know if it's going to be a movie or a show.
Actually. Yeah.
It's not gonna be good, you know it's not. But he's gonna be in it, so I think that's his official return to acting. Yeah.
Wayne Szalinski.
That was first a really good Honey movie. I Shrunk the Kids.
That was a really good movie.
You know what, dude?
I actually want to watch
It's hilarious we're talking about this right now. You
movie.
look like the younger, like the kid neighbor.
No.
I see it, bro. I'm gonna post a photo right now.
Post a photo.
Yeah, I see it a little bit, bro.
I don't remember him.
Not the youngest one.
No.
But like I guess there was just 2, so he was the older brother. Dude, I'm gonna show.
I need to watch it.
It's really good. Yeah, so that's my number 2. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
That's a really good movie. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. I forgot about that movie. That should be on my list.
Yeah, so it's underrated. Everyone always, you think sci-fi, everyone's always Star Wars and that kind of stuff, but I'm not really into Star Wars, so like that is already, off my... But you know what, man? I've been kind of getting into some things. That's why I was like, oh, tell me the anime. Like, I want to know, because I'm trying to revisit some things that maybe I didn't like.
Yeah.
You know? So I started watching Seinfeld for that. So I'm just kind of, I'm giving it a shot, and it's not bad. Curb Your Enthusiasm's way better, though, I think.
Yeah, true. You know what? I have to get into Curb Your Enthusiasm. I haven't seen a lot of it.
It's decent, man. Yeah. It's decent. Larry David's...
I've seen all the clips.
Larry David's just a better main character than Jerry Seinfeld, I think. Yeah. So that's where I stand. Number 4, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Classic. Number 5, Tenet. Just came out last year. It's Christopher Nolan's latest movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It really made me appreciate Robert Pattinson. Pattinson?
Oh, he's the main in it, eh?
He's like, I guess, supporting role.
Oh, okay. True.
And, like, I have been that guy
He's a great actor, man.
I've made fun of him for Twilight for a really long time, and I'm trying to give him a little... I'm trying to see that it's like, hey, man, if Christopher Nolan fucking put him in a movie, like... I don't know more than Christopher Nolan about acting in movies. Like, I'm going to fucking trust him. I'm going to, like, there has to be something about Robert Pattinson that fucking.
What was his movie
likes.
that he just did before this too? It was a huge film. The Lighthouse.
He's a
with
decent
William
actor,
Dafoe.
man.
He was a co-star with him. That's a weird movie, arguably, but like.
Had a rough
Really
start.
good.
It's hard to shake from that. But if Justin Timberlake can get away from NSYNC, let's give Robert Pattinson a shot at Batman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I was gonna say, is he up for the? Is that confirmed? That's
Oh
the
yeah,
next thing?
it's like almost done
Really?
filming. Yeah,
That would be cool.
yeah.
Shit.
Oh, dude, if you haven't seen, there's like a little trailer.
I haven't even seen that.
Oh, buddy, well, I'll show you after this.
Okay, cool.
So good, man. So what's your top 5 sci-fi?
I was gonna say the first thing I'm thinking of is Fifth Element. That's one of my favorite movies.
That's good.
Even like outside just a sci-fi kind of like genre. Yeah. That movie is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And who's my favorite in it? Chris Tucker.
Tucker, dude, that's exactly what I was thinking about.
Oh my god, that character he does is so freaking funny. Everything he says in that movie is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like the boo and the it's just like he's like a prima donna, like diva.
Just his voice
like,
is fucking funny.
The hair, dude.
He did, yeah.
He's got the freaking cone like thing. It's such a freaking funny movie. He shoots the freaking alien by accident, all that kind of stuff. Great. That's probably up the top for me.
Chicken. She was who's the girl? Mila something, right?
Yeah.
Is that her?
Yeah, that's her.
She was such a babe in that movie, man.
Multipass.
Yeah, multipass. Yeah, yo.
Bada boom! Like, yeah, such a funny, good movie, and like, yeah, it was really cool for the.
Yeah, it's a great.
I actually recently got it on like Blu-ray,
nice.
and it's really good to watch. Like, it was really well remastered or whatever. It's really fun. Solid movie.
For sure, man.
Solid movie. For me, the next thing, and this is actually, I guess, with what you said before, like, or what you mentioned to me in the text. What am I currently watching? This is my currently watching right now because it's become now my. It's a comfort show now at this point. I've watched it 3 times in a row now, back to back. Star Trek: The Next Generation, dude.
Oh yeah, eh? Like the one from the 90s?
Like Jean-Luc Picard, like
yeah.
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
I
okay.
freaking love this show, and I'm not a Trekkie. I'm not like, I don't know what it is. It's like it's the first time me watching it. I love it. It's so freaking good, dude. It's a space drama with like everything in it, like, and they got 7 seasons. There's lots of episodes, but it's like, I don't know. It's just like it's for me. It's that perfect level where it's like it's a little cheesy on its edges sometimes, but it's just past that point of like where the technology and what the effects that they're doing and all that, and the first Star Trek is kind of tough to watch because it's like, you know, William Shatner, like
yeah,
it's a little weird sometimes, and like there's some strangeness to it. But this one is just I love the Next Generation cast. I think I haven't seen any other Star Trek show, and I will say it's the best Star Trek series ever.
I'm willing to say.
I love that. So that's huge for me right now.
All
like
right.
I think I'm on the 4th time watching it again. I just turned it back on. I started from the beginning again. I'm like, yeah, sick. It's like 1 million episodes. It's perfect. Interstellar's on my list too. I love that movie.
It's great.
So can't say much more about that one.
No,
such a trip of a movie.
Come on.
What's the last? And you know what? I wrote these down too.
Do it up, buddy.
I'm just gonna cheat. Oh, Battlestar Galactica.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah, freaking. That's a show. That's a show. Like that's a show. That's such a good show. I guess I'm doing more shows. Weirdly, when I think sci-fi, I think TV shows because the next one is Westworld.
That's cool. My girl wants me to watch Westworld, man.
Really good. Really good.
Yeah.
I think it gets a lot of like shit because like it kind of came after the wake of like Game of Thrones and like because it's an HBO show as well, right? Mm-hmm. Who's the director of it? It's what's their last names? I forget. It's a couple. Anyway, it's such a good premise. It's also a remake, right? Like Westworld is a movie from like the 80s or something like that. Oh, so it's like it's a retelling of that story. And it's essentially like weirdly enough, it's Jurassic Park. That's what it is. Like I love Jurassic Park. It's just Jurassic Park but with robots. It's fucking sick, dude. Like it's the same kind of idea, but
yeah.
And the actors, it's like it's great the first season. It's like they have to act like they're robots, so like which is kind of weird. Like they don't like that. Not that they act robotic. It's like you get to the point of watching the show where you're like, I don't like. Are they doing that on purpose? Like, they're really convincing me here. Like, what's real? Like you start thinking like, oh, that's a robot, but it's a person pretending to be a robot. that's so sophisticated that it looks like a human. Like, it tricks you kind of weirdly. Like, they'll show a horse or something like that. I'll be like, oh, that's a fucking robot. No, it's a fucking horse in the shot or something like that. But, like, it's really good. Yeah, you should watch that.
Are they done that or still making it?
There's another season of it. They're still doing it, yeah. There's still more story to go.
That's definitely going to be something I watch along the road. Like, we talk about it often.
It's an HBO show, so, like, it's, it's very well produced and stuff like that. Yeah, and like I said, the actors kind of, like, go through some, like, Olympic kind of, like, stuff at the beginning. Like, there's this one scene, you just have to get to that, is where he has a malfunction. Mm-hmm. And it's, like, in his face and how he talks. I don't know how he does it. He's so convinced, he just does such a good job, like, tweaking like he's a robot. And it's just like, wow, like, and then they are crying while smiling. Like, a lot of things you think, like, how the fuck did they do that? That must have taken a really long time to, like, get it. I don't know how someone can start crying but then show a different emotion. Like, it must have been tough to act. I don't know, like, really impressive acting. So definitely that's the last one, I think, for me on my top 5. Yeah, Westworld. Right. Though,
what have we got now? Bass players. You want to go first on bass players?
My 2 favorite bass players in the world are Flea and Larry Graham. Flea and Larry Graham, right off the top.
Okay.
I love Red Hot Chili's.
Yeah.
Flea's just, like, a really cool dude too, and, like, just, like,
a
great musician. Like, not just
great,
not just a
great
bassist,
human.
Like, yeah, so he has to be just at the top for that. Larry Graham, I didn't really know about Larry Graham. I did, but I didn't, like, when I started to play bass, I was like, I need to learn, like, more kind of, like, classic bass like stuff. Like, I need to know a Bootsy Collins song. I need to know some more Flea riffs, and like, I was like, who's the best bassist? Who's the bassist? And I think, from what I could tell, Larry Graham. You know who Larry Graham is? You ever heard of him before?
No.
Funny too, because I know a little thing about him that I recently found out. He's the bassist of a group called Graham Central Station. Graham Central Station is like the funk band, and a lot of big funk songs, but like the funkiest, coolest sounding, freaking, like, from, I think, late 70s kind of era. Just, like, it's so fun, cool music. Like, funk music is nothing without a really good bass player.
Oh, absolutely.
And this guy, Larry Graham, the bassist for it, I think he also played for, what's that band, Sly? I forget the name right now, but he basically is the guy that coined the slap. Hmm? He's the guy that did that. Like, straight up.
The first guy.
Basically, I guess it's one of those things that, like, probably on the internet,
there's some debating, but he's like one of the guys that is in there running.
Yeah, because and he talks about a story where he, like, how he came up with it. It was just basically to solve a problem of what he was, like, trying to play. And anyway, he's just such a crazy good bassist. There's this one song called The Jam. It's like rock funk. Like really riffy, kind of, like, heavy bass lines, and just, like, it's just, like, heavy distortion on it. It just sounds like a weird, like, combination of, like, rock music and funk. But yeah, like, he's such a cool bassist, man. And yeah, I like, talented, like, really tough lines. So I tried to learn one of his songs, and it's like, still learning it. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Bass is really cool. I didn't, like, I used to kind of diss bass a bit in my head, because I'm a guitar player from the start, right? I was like, kind of like, bass is just a 4-string fucking guitar.
Yeah.
Total different world, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
The grooves,
it brings
and,
something
like,
different
rhythm.
to the plate. Absolutely.
Well, it's just like, it's such a different element. Like, you don't even, like, play, like, I like now just playing bass because it's fun to play bass with a drummer. It's like there's this different kind of conversation going on with the song. Yeah, you can just play the tune, but, like, the tune gets cool when the bassist is kind of flowing with the drummer. Like, there's this rhythm. It's like pops, you know, like the bop.
Yeah.
You go bop 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 bop, like something like that. If you time your pops with the drummer, you'd be like dun dun dun. Even that, like, what's that song? I just made me think of it. Express yourself, that bass line.
No, even in making beats, like, you do a lot of that same timing with, like, kick drums or snares and stuff like that with the bass
and
lines.
It's in and out too, right? Like, you're not always with the bass. Sometimes you're with, it's like just that
there'll
conversation.
Be those times
that
cool. They sync up that are yeah.
So that just became so dope. Like, I was just like, oh, this is like a total different world, and, like, yeah, bass is cool for that. Those are my top 2 off my top 5. I don't know. Bootsy Collins. Bootsy Collins for sure. Oh God.
Bootsy Collins was did he do Soul Train?
Soul Train?
Yeah.
I don't know if he actually did Soul Train. Like, you're talking the show and show thing?
Yeah, like the old, like, I think they redid it, but I'm talking about the OG.
They are I think Questlove is, like, on that project.
Oh, okay.
He's working with that, like...
He'll do it right then, I think.
Les Claypool.
I don't know that.
Bassist. Really cool bassist. Crazy, like, music, like all over the fucking place kind of music. You know, Frank Zappa and kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I guess, like a little bit like that. Like, what would you call that music? I guess like not experimental, but like funky and crazy. I don't know, kind of music like that.
Experimental is just like, wow, we can't figure out what this is.
Yeah. So don't call it anything.
But that's good, man. Like with my goal right now. If you guys didn't know, I'm working on. Well, started as a 2-song thing. I was gonna do that. I was like, maybe I can make a video. I was thinking about maybe like, doing that at some point. And then it turned into like, I started writing a bunch, and then it's like I was writing for the 2 that I had, and then I was like, fuck, like, I'm really enjoying this. I started writing for some song that I didn't like a beat I didn't have, instrumental I didn't have, and so I got some instrumentals from Toronto producer Ermashov. Shout out my dude, killing it. And I got some beats from Raini. Well, Raini Beats, I think, is his official name. Just fucking beast, like insane, really good. A lot of like guitar stuff, like instead of just like all like digital. Like he does stuff where it's like there's live instruments recording, live drums, live, and it's cool. I'll show you some stuff when we leave here. I'm thinking about wanting to get you on a track, but the idea with that, started from 2. Then it kind of went to 5, and then Raini's like, "Oh, just so you know, like I can give you like if you want, like there's this 2 for 3, like I can do a 2 for 3 thing." Cool. So I was like, "All right," and so now like it's gonna have beats from him, me, and Ermashov. It's gonna be 6 songs now. Oh shit! And my plan for it,
like an EP, basically.
Yeah. And my plan for it is like I want. It might be labeled experimental. That's where I was going with this. True. Because I want every song to sound different. Like if one person listens to it and goes from like song 1 to song 2 and is like, is this the same person?
Same shit, yeah.
Nailed it. That's what I'm going for, man. So I'm pretty excited about that.
That's cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
And it was weird because it kind of came at a point where I was like, okay, so I got out of music for a bit, and the reason I did is because I was in bands.
Yeah.
And then, shit happened and we weren't, doing stuff together. And I started getting some programs and things like that and learning to make beats. I had picked up some editing, like skills within the band. But worked on some beats for a long time. Like I'm not amazing. I can do amazing things, but I need time.
Yeah.
And like I had been making some beats for like some of them were like upwards of like 7-8 years, man. Yeah. That I had just been like tweaking and doing things and just hadn't done anything with them.
We did like that quick little jam. You had material.
Yeah.
That was the material you were working on and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that sucked for me because it was like I didn't know some of the songs that you guys were jamming to, and I just felt like it was fun, but
I haven't even done that in a while, like going to that place in a bit. Like, it's kind of hard going there because it's like, even last time I did go one time with the band, and it's like, what do you do here? Like, we're spending all this money. It's like, we might as well just be in our basement. Yeah. Like, kind of chilling and like, smoking and drinking and like, kind of like playing with the songs. We go there for it, and it's just like, oh God, it's like, what do we do? Like, it's kind of a strange situation. Cool that you can rent stuff out like that, though. Definitely,
yeah, sweet. They do recordings and stuff too, but
yeah, you can set up. They have.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through like one of my buddies who was actually the bassist in like a band I was in high school. Yeah. He has a studio called Fretted Studios, and he's actually like affiliated with like a bunch of like legitimate the Arkells. Oh wow. Like he's I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. But cool. I stopped doing music when I was just in culinary school because. So I rented a room in this house with a bunch of guys. Like there was like 8 dudes, and we all had separate rooms. And so like I couldn't have my computer in a separate room. I had all my shit in one room, and my tower would like make noise. And so to make noise, you give it the old Russian touch. You're like, hey, shut up. Shut up. And you fucking hit it. And then one day, I fucking hit it. Pew! I fucking couldn't get anything on my hard drive. Dude, I mean like 8 years of fucking making beats. You know how discouraging that was? So I didn't touch music for a really long time.
That breaks you. Yeah.
And then, COVID, I just kind of ran out excuses. Like, well, I got I got this stuff. I have all the editing stuff. I still have the programs.
True.
I have my MPK.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't you doing it?
Yeah.
And so that's it, man.
It happened, yeah.
Blossom from that. But my bass players,
yeah.
I have...
You gotta have...
Okay, so... Yeah, for sure. Sam Rivers, Limp Bizkit. And here's the thing. This is what I want to go about here. Because for me, there's a thing about, like, there's the technical side and there's the performance side.
Yeah.
Right? And so for me, I think Sam Rivers, and it's debatable. Flea's my second. And it's rough because they're both really close.
Yeah.
And what it came down to me was like I kind of like Limp Bizkit a little more. I know you might hate me.
No.
It's okay.
What's
I know you're big on Chili Peppers. That's why.
I am big on Chili Peppers.
I like them, but I mean
it's same old
Limp Bizkit played more of a role in my life, so I had to give Rivers that spot. He has the performance down. He might not always be as technical as Flea is.
Yeah.
He can be. But it's just, I guess it's like, the Lady Gaga thing. It's just like, the music, And so, he's my number one. Flea's my number two. If Flea's not on your fucking list, get the fuck out of here.
You're not playing bass.
Victor Wooten. If you know him, fucking virtuoso, dude.
Oh,
just insane. When I think of, like, the most technical basis that I can think of in my mind that I know, and I try to pick more of like
Thundercat kind of technical,
yeah. You'll see, dude.
I'll look him up.
8-minute solos and shit, like just fucking and
which is
good.
Crazy, yeah.
Good. And so him, Fieldy. People might hate that shit, man, but I just think his sound is so how he tunes, combined with the slapping. It's just, every single time when you hear Fieldy. Fieldy's the bassist from Korn, if you don't know. Every single time he's playing. Yeah. And it's like Flea. It's like,
Very technical player. Very musician, knows a
Fieldy?
lot. Yeah. I mean, the whole band for the matter, too, actually, I think.
They're super underrated, But underrated. I think they're like, you ever see them?
Huh?
You ever see them
live? No.
Oh, crazy. Like, last time I saw them, fucking... 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. at fucking Molson Amphitheater before it was Budweiser stage.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking busted out like a fire hose.
No way.
Soaked the whole crowd. I'm like, bro, it's freezing right now. I gotta go home on the bus like this. But it was crazy. Great. It was a great time. Yeah, it was a good show. And then Brady Watt. Probably, well, you know who he is.
That's from... No.
He's a bass player who does a lot of... I think what he's mostly known for are, viral videos where he's doing, hip-hop songs with, old school rappers.
I think I know you're talking about.
He's, the only bass player that I would consider, hip-hop in my list.
True.
Right now, he's living in DJ Premier's basement, and they're working on, a project. Yeah, he's super in there, man. And he's got a lot of respect from the hip-hop community, so...
he's a studio...
Not a lot of people...
or, what do you call those musicians that, they don't really make tracks, but they're, they're in everybody's
I think he's...
shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's... definitely. And he's working on something, I think, of his own, but... Yeah.
True.
He's got his hands in a lot of stuff.
I need to look up now.
Yeah, definitely check him out if you don't know him.
Cool, yeah.
All right, what was the... Who wants to start cover songs, bro? I could have done a whole list of UB40, bro. I'm telling you, dude.
Actually, you know what? I should have put Red Red Wine on my
has fucking so many good covers, man.
Yeah.
I want to go first, bro, because I'm really excited about this. All right, Red Red Wine.
Yep.
Come on. Faith, again, huge Limp Bizkit fan. Mm-hmm. Got to have that on there. Her, Johnny Cash. Don't play around. The amount of emotion, in that, and I like it better than the 9 Inch Nails version.
Yeah.
Personally.
Arguably. Yeah.
Personally. And some people would say a cover couldn't be better than original. You think?
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I used to get in arguments about that.
There's song versions that covers, some covers I arguably think are way better, and it's I'll listen to them only after that point. Nothing's popping to mind except for my list, but actually this is one that's just kind of silly, but Miley Cyrus does a version of... she does some weird covers sometimes. She'll do a rock song.
She's got skills, man.
I wish she would do more...
Are you talking about Jolene?
No, but like she does a lot of rock. She did Arctic Monkeys song.
Yeah, the whole backyard sessions that she did.
Yeah. Why don't you ever call me when you're high? Or why you only call me when you're high?
Yeah.
She has a version of that song. I love it. Yeah. At the end, she like belts. It's like
she's good, man.
She's good.
She's cool. The Lady Gaga. She came up like that. Yeah. She's breaking free now.
Yeah, she's doing her own thing kind of now. But yeah, she's the Hannah Montana.
Still, I don't think gets the credit that she deserves.
I don't think so. Yeah.
She's got a lot of.
I got a lot of shit from my buddies for my Miley Cyrus kind of like fandom.
I
think she's.
I like a few songs.
Her,
Me too, dude.
Yeah.
Me too, buddy. Fucking Miley Cyrus.
She's a babe.
Yeah. Did you see her on Rogan?
No.
Dude, watch it.
On Rogan.
Yo, and the funniest thing,
really?
Here's the thing. Like, with all the people that are on Rogan, and just the kind of person, the kind of, like, aura and, like, person that Rogan's in, you can see a lot of people are, like, nervous around him and are just... Dude, the funniest part about that whole thing is, like, she's into, like, RuPaul's Drag Race. Okay, yeah. She's really into that show, and she's, like, explaining, like, yes, queen, and all this shit to Rogan, and Rogan's like... Well, like I don't get it. She's like, that's how I feel when I watch your fighting or some shit. She like just, and he was just like, oh, and you could see in his face he was like, fair point, yo, fair point. She just like she fucking totally fucking called him out and was like, yeah, you know, everything's not for everybody. It is what it is. She's so herself
pretty straight
now.
To the point, like, you know.
Maybe wasn't always like that. Maybe got pushed around a lot because of who her dad was and being a kid in the industry. But
that's a kind of a weird thing about how she started, right? Like, she had a show with her dad on it. That's so weird, right?
It's weird, man.
A Disney show, too. Like, yeah. Kind of intense stuff.
Okay, so what did I say? Hurt.
Yeah.
Smooth Criminal.
Dude.
That's the one, when I think of, like, one, and my girl's a big Michael Jackson fan. Mm-hmm. I think that song's better than the original, bro. I get in arguments about it all the time. I love it. And I love the video, too.
We tried to play it. We wanted to, like, cover it, actually. It's a song that we wanted to do.
Solid, man.
It's a really good song.
And
the music video, too. You're right.
Yeah, the music video when the singer, he, like, jumps on top of the car and, like, the windows explode and he's doing the Michael Jackson thing. Like, fuck yeah, man. That's cool. I'm not a big Michael Jackson fan. They are. Yeah. And they did it right.
Yeah, true.
I think they did him justice. I wonder if he liked it. Did it come out before he died? I think so.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because he died. He didn't die that long ago, did he?
No.
Like after 2010.
Less than 10 years ago, for sure. Yeah, so it's definitely been around. I wonder if he liked it. I'm going to look into that.
I would say so. I would think so.
Number 5 for me, another UB40 track. I Got You, Babe. Yeah.
You suck.
You don't like that song?
No, I'm saying you're a suck. Like, that's a good song.
Yeah.
That is a good song.
Fuck, man. I saw UB40 a few years ago live.
Oh, that's cool.
Man.
Shit.
The performance. Like, 20-piece band.
Yeah.
Backup singers that were, like, dancing the whole time.
So cool.
Bro, it was fucking amazing.
I haven't seen a show in a long time now. I remember when we were listening to Loaf Music. I almost at one point planned to go to frickin' New York just to watch those guys play, because they don't ever come down here.
Mm.
They broke up, too. Did you know that? They broke up.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Sinatra is not in the thing anymore.
What the fuck,
they got rid
man?
of one of the dudes, and he's doing his own shit now.
Let's be real. As long as Gaddafi and Shadow are making music, I'm good, man.
Yeah, Shadow.
I'm good, but dude, what a group! That's a shame, man.
Yeah, and that last album, I love
Knowledge
that
Born.
Album. Yeah, Knowledge Born, great freaking album.
Fucking solid, man.
I think that's almost like the last album I purchased, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think so. Because I'm freaking, what's it called? I use the Spotify and stuff like that now, which I just switched to from Apple Music, and. Yeah, I still collect albums. Like, I'll go, like, if my rule of thumb is if I like 2 songs by a band, I'll go find the album and I'll get the album and I'll go through the album for sure, because it's better having a good album from an artist than having a tune or 2 from them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's also, like, a better representation of their work. I think that's maybe, the last... Either that or, like I said, I've recently gone into Graham. Actually, I bought an LP of Graham Central, which is really, really cool. That's probably the last thing. Oh, no! Freaking Pete Rock and CL Smooth album was the last thing I just bought. That was sick.
Oh, yeah?
That's the sickest rap. I think that's the coolest freaking hip-hop group in the world, man. Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Do you know Pete Rock?
Yeah, I know Pete Rock.
Do you know
I don't know that album, though.
The Main Ingredient? No.
When did it come out?
It's 1995 or 94.
Oh, you're talking about old shit. Oh, man, I might know some shit from it then. Yeah.
I mean, it's the
I thought you were
last
talking
thing
about
I
some
bought.
new stuff.
It's not new. But no, I got an LP of it recently, and it's like, it's the best album, I think. I think, like, even, like, when it comes to, like, hip-hop, if I were, like, I don't know if you wanted to do top 5 hip-hop, but, like, they're my top 5. They're at the top, dude. Like, the Main Ingredient album is so freaking sick. I think this guy that I used to work with at Superstore, his name was Chris, I can't remember his last name. I didn't listen to hip-hop at all. And I was like, that was me at 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't listen to nothing. Like, maybe Eminem I knew, right? I knew some track, I had an album. Wasn't into hip-hop, though. And he was like a nerd, like a real hip-hop head, like a crate digger kind of guy. Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, check out Pete Rock, See How Smooth, this album, Main Ingredient. Check out Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders. He just gave me the best fucking albums to listen to, and my world completely freaking changed. I love that shit.
I love that shit too, man.
Oh, man. And that classic music. At one point, I wanted to do scratching, but that was such a hard freaking thing to do. I gave up on it. It discouraged me. Like turntablism.
Yeah, you tried it?
Yeah, I have the setup, too. It's like I could do it. It's just like... It was such a mountain to climb. It was like... It's almost foreign feeling too, because it's like, I'll play guitar, I can play piano, I can play bass, I can fuck around on a percussion instrument. It's like, it's rhythm, you're moving a thing back and forth, and you're like using a crossfader to manipulate the sound, and like, it's incredibly technical.
It's like one stage under a theremin.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Yeah,
it's like it almost isn't an instrument,
yeah.
But the people that are good with it, they can make it into an instrument. Like, what's that one DJ Bubs or something like that? I don't know. There's this one guy that's just like amazing. It's like, it's almost like crazy to watch this guy do stuff on it. Like there's this one move called a crab, is where you take the crossfader and you bounce it off each of one of your fingers. So you go like that.
Yeah,
4 times in a row.
Yeah.
Thing.
It's some Jazzy Jeff shit.
What the fuck? Yeah.
How
do you do that, dude?
No,
like,
dude.
And like while doing other things too. It's like that. What's the thing? Tap your head and.
Something like that. You tap
something
and,
like that,
and rotate. This group, Dead Celebrity Status, again, they're not making music anymore, but I know the 2 dudes in the group, the MCs at least. And their DJ Dopey, he, I guess, won like early 2000s DMC championship.
Oh, yeah.
Like just an insane level DJ, and he would have like just like one noise on a record. It'd be like, dun. And then it would be like dun, 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 just with his thing, and then they would freestyle over it live.
That's cool.
Ridiculous, dude! From just the one noise, he made
it's
that.
Nuts. And even just beat juggling.
Yeah.
Like watching people juggle the beat.
Well, people don't really do that anymore. That's the thing.
But
I wish that's the art form of
it's still like a good,
Oh, absolutely.
But that's crazy.
Everyone's just using fucking iTunes or.
It is crazy. That's how that's all started, though, eh? Some guy. I'm pretty sure. Did you ever watch that show? That series
The Get
on
Down?
Netflix? Not The Get Down, but I know you watched it at least.
Oh yeah.
No, there's a. I think it's called like Hip Hop in America, or like the beginning of hip hop or something like that.
No.
It's Shad. The rapper from Toronto rapper?
Yeah.
He's the host, and he goes to New York City, and he looks up, like, the Zulu Nation, like, the first, like, big dudes that, like, where hip-hop was born.
Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
Fuck, yeah, I'll check that out.
He finds these guys, and they, like, kind of talk about the stories of, like, how, I forget the guy's name, but how, like, like, what the Get Down's based off. Like, the story behind it, the real people behind it. It's, like, all that going deeper and like talking about like the little things, like how this guy literally built a speaker from when the fires happened in New York City, that big time. There was like the blackout with the fires and the riots, and everyone just stole gear from like shops, and that's how it started. It's like a bunch of dudes stole some speakers and some tables and shit, and then just started playing around with it, and it just exploded into like this like crazy new music art form. So cool. So freaking cool. But yeah, juggling a beat, like, I can't do that.
No.
I can't do that.
No, I can't. The only instrument I've tried, and like, mind you, like, I can do very, very basic stuff, but like super basic. Drums.
Yeah.
And when I was living in BC, I did yard work for one of my like family's friends, and in turn he was giving me drumming lessons. And like, man, in BC, there's big properties, all right? It's not like houses here and it's like fucking, 15 feet by 12 feet yard or whatever. We're talking fucking acreage, And so I cleaned this guy's like, yard and did his lawn and all that kind of shit for like a month doing lessons. And it wasn't every day. It was like 2 or 3 times a week. And then I just got tired of cleaning his yard because I wasn't learning anything. And I was like, nah, this ain't for me. I got an acoustic guitar like that year for Christmas and just fucking went from there. Yeah. Yeah. So who are you? Pardon?
You still play guitar or like fuck around with it?
I don't have anything.
No.
No, like I don't. Yeah.
I think it's just it's a fun instrument to know a few things. And, like I don't play as much anymore, but every time I pick up my guitar and I play a little something, I'm like, it makes me feel better. I don't know. It's my remedy instrument kind of thing. I need it sometimes. What were you gonna say, sorry?
I fucking don't know.
I killed it.
No, it's okay. It's fuck, man. It's a conversation. It's all right, brother. No worries. Sometimes I'll turn my MIDI player into a piano and pretend I'm playing a real piano. But yo, top 5 cover songs for you. Do you have 5?
I wrote it down. I came prepared. Ish. So, Ain't It Fun by Guns N' Roses.
Who?
Ain't It Fun?
Okay.
By Guns N' Roses. Okay. Yeah. That's a huge tune for me. We Can Work It Out by Stevie Wonder.
Oh, shit.
I like the Beatles a lot. So
yeah.
Really cool. Semi-Charm. Do you know 4 Year Strong? That band?
No.
It's like they're like a punk rock kind of band. I guess like a newer kind of one. So it's like more not post-hardcore, but like elements of like heavy like breakdowns and heavy kind of stuff with a lot of kind of like pop punk kind of influence.
Okay.
Anyway, they did an album that was really good. It was like a cover album.
Mm-hmm.
And Semi-Charmed Kind of Life, they do a cover of that, and I love that song.
I do like that song, too.
That's a cool tune. Summertime Blues, probably don't know that song, maybe. Summertime Blues by Rush. Rush did an album called Feedback, and it's like one of those albums that I don't think anybody listened to. I got it just because I think I got it for free from somebody. It was like one of those like CD cases that's like paper.
Yeah.
I think they were giving it away or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, it's such a good album. It's like a really solid album. It's like 9 tracks, and it's all the songs that Rush wanted to cover. And it's like the first track is Summertime Blues, and I freaking love this song. It's like, I don't know, it brings back memories of like my dad in the summer and kind of stuff like that. Like just like good time kind of memory stuff, like driving on the highway, sunny weather kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Summertime Blues. So that's 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the hit for me. I can't think of any. You said you have a huge list. What else? Did you put on the list? What didn't make it?
Kingston Town, like UB40, bro. I'm saying I could just do UB40. They have so many. They literally do whole albums of covers.
Proud Mary by Creedence Clearwater Revival.
All right. That's one I hear from other people too.
Yeah, I like that song. That's a classic song. I like the Ike and Tina Turner version as well too. So like that's why I like that version of that. But that's a good tune.
All right. And this is the one I always say for last. And you were saying I wasn't gonna like you when you came in today.
Oh, yeah.
So superheroes, bro. Top 5. Let's hear them.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay. So.
I will not hate you. Okay.
No. You probably.
At least to your face.
You know what? Okay. So like, even when. I had to think when you said something about DC shows, because I don't know how many DC shows I've actually watched.
Oh, don't worry about the fucking shows. But you know what? Shows.
One other show that I used to watch, and I guess it's still kind of a testament to, I love Smallville, and I love Superman. I think Superman's a fucking cool character. I know that's basic. I love Superman. Batman's next for me for some reason, though. He's under the Superman. He comes
Superman and then Batman? Yeah. Those are 1 and 2?
I mean, I love Batman, but I think what I like about Batman more, like I recently got...
You're on the right side, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It works.
I love Superman too, man. It's all good.
Superman, yeah, I've always I'm not huge on the movies, but I've always just loved the concept of Superman. And I really, really loved watching the Batman and Superman, like old 90s kind of cartoons. Like... I mean, Batman Beyond, I think, was like my favorite thing when I was
Batman
like...
Beyond is fucking amazing. Actually, there's like a thing right now the creators are trying to...
Do it?
They're motivating they want to make more. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, fans, fucking make it happen. You just made Justice League happen. Like, let's get fucking Batman Beyond going. And I'm on board. That's like one of my favorite shows of all time.
Also, like, I guess, I don't know, Batman is kind of up there with me, too, because I've seen a lot of Batman stuff that I really like. Like, even the Suicide Squad DC animated movie that they did before the movie came out.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Where freaking Batman, like...
They're all, like, in jail, or...
They're, like, in jail,
they're
like,
Arkham...
Arkham Asylum, whatever. But, like, he freaking disguises himself as one of the people at one point. Like, he pretends to be, like, Deadshot or something like that. He's wearing Deadshot's costume, and he takes it off, and he kicks their ass at one point. And I think in the opening scene, he breaks a bunch of dudes' arms and shit. Like, he's really ruthless with, like, the intro. Like, he's going after the Riddler or something. He's, like, fighting some, like, minions or whatever, and he's, like, cracking them to pieces. Like, that's pretty dark and crazy.
Love it.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know now, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking more Batman stuff. Batman's at the top for me, maybe. Batman's at the top.
Oh, that's all good. But anyways, we can just say, like, Batman...
Okay, Gambit,
Superman,
I really like. Static Shock, I really like. I don't know why. That's
cool, man.
That pops to my mind.
Here's the thing for me. If you can name 5... I don't even care. If you're deep enough where you can be like, this person and this person.
I really love Wolverine too, dude. Yeah. Logan is one of my favorite movies still.
Logan
is one of my favorite movies.
Dude, how dark?
That should have been on my list, but like that was such a good movie. It's not just also too now even also too because I watched Star Trek. I fucking love Patrick Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
He like that's one of those guys that I would like. If you die, like, who'd you want to meet and talk to? He's one of those dudes, too. Like, I want to ask him questions. He seems like he'd teach me something, some crazy things. Him and Ian McKellen, if I had tea with them, that'd be fucking crazy. That'd be the coolest thing. But yeah, Logan, I
fucking cried so
hard. Heavy movie, dude.
It's such a great fucking movie, man.
Yeah.
And it's weird because it's like, you're the third part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, why... You did it right on your last try. Yeah. But fuck, they did it right. And then it was weird because after that, I was really hoping that they were going to use those people for the New Mutants movie.
Yeah, they didn't.
And they didn't use any of them. It was such a fucking waste, man.
It's kind of shit because you kind of got really into the young cast at the end. Yeah. Especially the girl playing...
X-23. Yeah, man. She was fucking really amazing. What's her name? Daphne Keane or something? She's what a beast of an actor.
What she's doing now, actually. Funny. She should have got that. That would have been so smart for them to do. But you know what? I think New Mutants was filmed way before. Like, wasn't that like an issue when they were doing it? So is that with Maisie Williams?
I don't know exactly when they stopped. I know that it stopped and they changed some things and redid some shit.
Some of it was filmed in Toronto, I think.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff filmed here, though.
Dude, there's a lot.
Shazam was fucking...
Shazam was great! Did you like Shazam?
Oh, I love fucking Shazam.
So good,
man.
Actually. I just watched it like 2 days ago. And I was like, I was watching with my brother, and we're like, this is like really sick. Like, it's totally different. I like that. I think that's what I like most, like, about superhero stories. Like, even like comics, like, I read Image.
Mm-hmm.
I love Image.
I love Image.
Like,
dude,
they have some really good stuff. Like,
I have like a box of Image in this closet.
Oh, really?
That like is just not going in my collection. You could take a look after if you want. There's a significant, like a whole, like probably like 300.
Black Science? Have you ever read that one? There's some weird.
There's
really
definitely none of those in there.
The Island is really good. There's a lot of really.
I can't even remember everything that's in there, but
it's cool.
Legit
though.
all Image. Yeah. I have a bunch. Don't get me. It's not like I'm getting rid of all my Image comics.
Yeah. You have a huge collection though.
Yeah.
I actually have some that you have some old X-Men ones.
Yeah, nice.
You gave them to me back in
yeah.
Because I was unpacking everything recently. I was going like, I should do something nice with all my comics. And I'm like,
oh sweet.
I have some in like the paper thing. I'm like, where did
I remember I bought some off some guy in Mississauga.
Yeah.
And then he just gave me a bunch of like other stuff that I wasn't into and was like, oh, maybe you'll be into it. And I took like a few out of there.
Yeah.
And
But you have like a collection, eh? Like,
pardon?
It's boxed up, everything's
yeah, for sure. I keep it in my room so like the dog doesn't fuck with it, even though sometimes in the room he fucks with it.
What's the end game? Are you like looking for the collector's fee at the end of it? Are you looking for money for it? Or are you just like you want the collection?
I was all like tell my girl like when I die you'll come to my grave and read comics to me, right? Like I don't ever envision selling them. Although like let me be real, I do have some pretty valuable comics in there right now. Yeah, like I have a Batman, not volume 1. That's ridiculous. I don't have $1 million, but I have a Batman #1 for volume 2. I have volume 3.
Do they go for that much?
What?
Like I know they go thousands.
I'm almost certain that someone just bought the Batman #1 in like somewhere in the 9 point something range for 500 grand.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, like... So, like, I have a Batman #1 from maybe, like, 15 years ago that's signed by the artist and the writer, who are, like, my favorites.
Yeah, cool.
So, I mean, that's... I mean, even now, like, that cost me probably... Okay, so my buddy bought that issue for, like, $170. I only got it for about $100.
Yeah.
And he was kind of pissed at me because he was, well, where the fuck did you get it? But, like, I bought it online. Like, there's a place called My Comic Shop online. Like, best place to get comics online.
Do you, like, how do they do, like, is there a grading to it? And
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So,
like,
you can get, like, a perfect 10. And it's,
yeah,
like, more value.
I definitely don't go, like, I don't go lower than 8 for me.
Sure.
Like, I try to, at least, like, I don't have any CGC graded stuff, but, like, I'm pretty anal about things, you know, so I don't want to have fucking creases. Cool. Like, I have a Spawn #1, and it just got damaged over the years, so I just it's not in my collection, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like,
how many comics do you have? What's your collection like?
Let's see, I don't know, maybe like 2,500 to 3,000, maybe somewhere around there.
Oh, sweet, nice.
Yeah,
that's cool. I got into like trading cards recently, so
shit.
Yeah, Magic: The Gathering.
Oh, there we go.
That's some cool shit, man.
There we go.
Not no Pokemon, no freaking Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, but yeah, like I like the collecting thing. I wanted to like try and do it to get money into it, but it's like it's a long-term thing, collecting like comics and like.
Absolutely, man. And right now, I'm super behind right now. Like there's a bunch of shit going on with DC and like there's like a new Batman. New 52 was like really good, though. I'm aware. I love the new 52, man. I don't understand the shit behind
my first thing I read was the Aquaman ones, and I loved it, dude. I really, really digged it. I'm not a huge fan of Jason Momoa in that movie, but I love the comics.
He's Aquaman. I was like, oh, you made it better than I thought. I've never liked Aquaman until now. I was like, all right. Sure, man, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
All right, yo, so we're done that. I have this little bad choices that I do. I've been doing maybe 2 or 3 episodes now. Okay. So, I don't know. I'll read one for you. You read one for me. We'll do a few of them. Okay. And then get the fuck out of here. This is a great first card. Have you ever tried to finger someone's ass without their permission?
No. I can say that easily. No.
No, I had the very first girl that I had sex with. I haven't done it. That's a good but she would try to do it to me.
Like sneaker.
Yeah, like she would always, and like we were young, we're like 17 or something. I lost my virginity on my 17th birthday. I skipped school. It was great. And like, so like, that was the person, and she'd just be like, no, but I read that your G-spot's in your asshole. I was like, not me, yo. Not me. It's not there. So that's... like the sneaky D, no? I'm not into any of that kind of ass stuff. I'm
too kinky.
I'm more vagina. Actually, no, it's funny because...
Never snuck one.
I just before you read this.
Oh my god, what is this game, dude? Oh my god.
My buddy Joe, who was on the last episode.
Yeah.
He like I made a post and he was talking about so I was saying, oh, like at least I don't eat ass. I can't remember what I said. Something about like, oh, like the amount of joy I get from knowing my ex is using someone else is definitely unhealthy, but at least I don't eat ass. And then he was like, oh man, you're missing out. And it's like, no man, like ass is just the vagina's older, fatter sister that doesn't shower. You know? Like, and then Facebook was like, are you sure you want to say fatter? They were finna ban me from saying fat, bro.
Way.
Yeah, it's so ironic because last episode, my buddy was talking about getting banned from Facebook. And then like a week later, this happened and I had to replace it with thicker. So you can't even say fat on Facebook? Eat a dick, Facebook.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, man. All right, sorry. Anyway, you can continue, brother. Sorry.
Well, these are definitely topically kind of like similar. Well, not really, but like, have you ever masturbated at work?
I mean, not like. I mean, at my station or like. I mean, I'll go to the bathroom the odd time and fucking
and that's
do
the
it.
way you should do it.
Definitely, right, you know. Don't be just jerking off on people's food. Don't be gross.
Don't be
I'm a gentleman, man. Bro.
Yeah, like there's rules.
These are all like fucking sex-related
take
questions.
Them from the back.
Yeah, fucking move somewhere else. Do you like being spanked during sex?
Hell yeah, man.
You do?
Excitement.
Yeah? I like spanking. I don't know. I'm not.
No, I want to get spanked, man.
You want to get spanked?
No.
No? Oh. I'm not
kidding.
judging, bro. Fuck. You're getting spanked. You're getting spanked.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Maybe
I'm not
this
really
is
into
gonna
that either,
introduce
brother.
those things, yeah.
Not really
Let me
into
take
that
one
either.
from the middle.
Yeah, dude, do something else. Maybe it's like, do you like cats?
Okay. Would you rather eat as much as you want without getting fat than have to pay for food ever again? So you can.
So what are the options?
So you can eat. So you can eat. Would you rather eat as much food as you want without ever getting any fat? Like you can eat anything, doesn't matter. Or rather than that, have to never pay for food, kind of thing.
Oh, I would want to
So
eat as much.
You get all the food. You never have to pay for it, but you get fat.
See, that's a good question because like food is a big part of budget.
Yeah.
Do you know? And I already can pretty much eat what I want. Like my metabolism even still is pretty decent.
I think I would.
So I think I would.
Yeah. Not the latter.
Yeah.
I don't want to gain weight. I want to stay sexy and eat everything. That's what it is. I'll have to pay for it. That's with my money. That's right. Okay.
Let's see. Ah, what the fuck? Have you ever done cocaine?
Oh, no, actually, no.
No?
No.
Good for you, man.
I think I kind of my friend might watch to be like, hey! But no, I never fucking did that. No.
It was never one that I was into, even when I was like
I'm still to this day a little intimidated by it. That's why I think. I mean, I like pot. I like
super
pot,
overrated cocaine, I think, is, man. When I was actually like into drugs, I was more into psychedelics, man, like mushrooms, LSD, even ketamine. Ketamine could get you there.
Yeah.
It's a trip. Yeah, I haven't done anything for like really close to 10 years now. Like I'm going on like 9 years.
As you get older, it's just like you kind of just want to have something that makes the TV show more fun and make the potato chips taste better.
Yeah, I'm not even really into drinking anymore, man. I get drunk like maybe like 2 or 3 times a year.
True.
You know, so. Yeah.
Well, that's the worst one, to be honest. Alcohol kind of fucking fucks you a little bit, you know? Like, yeah, but yeah. No cocaine.
Do you want to do one more?
Let me do another one. I do like this, though. This is like a drinking game. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Go.
This is actually great. So, would you allow Hitler to fuck you in the ass in order to save half the victims of the Holocaust? You can save half the victims of the Holocaust.
Here's the thing.
By having...
It's already happened.
But this is changing the past. A dead Hitler is coming to your room and he's offering that. What are you doing? Easy choice, man.
It's not an easy choice. Oh my goodness.
That's so specific.
I saved half of the people that died.
Half the victims.
Am I going to be recognized or is this like anonymous? Is this like anonymous ass fucking? Because I want people to be like, this guy.
You saved the world by getting fucked in the ass.
If people are going to recognize me.
There's going to be a statue.
I'll take one in the ass to save, some people.
There's going to be a statue or something like that.
Boo! Just fucking spread eagle like Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura or some shit. I guess that's not spread eagle.
That's so funny.
I don't fucking like this one. I want a good one. You get all the fucking good ones.
I got a good one, yeah.
Have you ever taken a call or texted during sex?
No.
That's dumb.
No.
Who does that?
Do another one.
Alright, let's do another one.
Until we get the last good one, juicy one.
No, not that one. I'm fucking getting a... Have you ever had... I just want to do this one because we work together. Have you ever had sex with a coworker?
No. 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 But with someone I worked for, I guess. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like part of the job, but not my coworker. No. Have you? With a coworker?
Yeah, well, okay, so when I was in high school, I used to do retail. I was working at Bramley City Center in Brampton, and I worked, not Tattoo, this is the same mall, but a different store, Randy River, if you remember. It was old school.
Dude. Holy crap.
So I worked at Randy River. And we used to fucking... I was the key holder, and my girlfriend was the manager of the store.
Oh, shit.
And so we used to smoke bowls and shit in the back. With a spoof, we made the thing out of fucking the paper towel roll with the bounty
sheets
or bounce, whatever it is. Yeah. And we definitely fooled around back there.
True. That's cool. I wish I had that, actually. Working with your girl at a place like a retail shop or something like that.
Yeah, working with your girl's not always a good thing, though. I mean, some people can make it work.
I guess like that's one thing too. It's like
if you live together too, like
fuck. Yeah. The coworker story. What is that saying that people say? Don't shit where you eat.
Don't shit where you eat. Yeah,
that's the thing, right? Yeah. But it can be fun sometimes. So fuck that. Yeah. No. True. Cool. Well, yeah. You wanna call it with that?
Yeah, man. I guess we'll get out of here. You can let the people know where they can follow you if you want.
Yeah, true. Follow me on Instagram. Still digging. One word. That's probably the best place to get at me.
Instagram? I think it's
Instagram.
It seems like the best platform right now.
I post my food on there, and I post anime stuff sometimes and shit like that. But mostly tunes and food. So you want to see some cool tunes? You want to see some cool food? Come check me out.
Definitely check them out.
Yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by Neon Light District. Hit them up. Use code PillowTalk to save 10%. And by The Great North Apparel. Hit them up and use code PillowTalk to save 30%. I have some merch available in the link. Next episode is going to be in 2 weeks, and I'm going to be reviewing Zack Snyder's Justice League. So, hope to see you then. Peace the fuck out, guys.
Peace.